then you decide. But okay, you're going to the church.
And maybe I'll figure out what they're willing to offer.
Man, you were doing so well as a paladin.
Hold on, let me finish my sputtering of words. What they were willing to offer in our aid to go across the wall.
Okay.
You're just savage. I'm going to congratulate you, then I'm just going to tear you the fuck apart.
Alright, give me your character. We're erasing everything I just wrote down and more. But, alright, so as you get to the church, you can see just right out front, waiting for the doors to be open, is a short, portly, very thick, bearded dwarf. Graying hair. Just...
It smells like original.
I just love you just randomly smell things.
Not all things. Just things that I know that probably won't smell bad.
Just stop.
Stop.
So I can clearly tell this is a dwarf.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe. Could be a gnome with a very big beard.
It's true.
I approach the man. Excuse me, are you Braxton?
Well, yes.
Braxton, by any chance, are you missing a ring?
A ring? He quickly, he starts checking his... goes, oh, thank God. No, I still have my wedding ring. Thank goodness I didn't give it away again.
Jesus.
Bless your heart, Braxton.
Braxton, he's a hero. I like Braxton.
Did somebody lose a ring?
Yes, I'm afraid someone has, and I'm trying to find its owner.
Oh, God. Very unfortunate. Maybe, could I see? I'm quite knowledgeable about jewelry and stuff. I might be able to help you.
Don't trust him.
Don't trust a man who gives away his salary to the church.
Clearly untrustable.
I go ahead and pull out the ring and present it to him.
Vladimir Heavy Draft Horse.
Yeah. He takes some time. He's inspecting it. You can see, he even pulls out some jewelry inspection gear.
It is actually mine. Sorry about that.
Okay, perfectly. Braxton, I just saw you expand it out. Yeah, but see, now it fits me. It's mine now. Thanks. I'm going to give it to the church. But, after bidding,
Oh, bless your heart, Braxton.
Bless your heart, Braxton. Such a kind gentleman.
Yes, quite fine craftsmanship. It's older rings. I would say that it's been passed down through, depending on what race you take it, but several generations nonetheless. Two maybe for an elf. If we're going by human standards, 4 or 5. See, there's a notable inscription on the inside. I'm sure you were able to see. It's not hidden or anything, but it talks about a family tree. I would hazard a guess that this probably belongs to that Badrock fellow.
Ah, yes, Badrock. I've heard of him. Is he in town?
Last time I heard, I don't have too much dealings with him, but last time I heard he was planning to go over on expedition a little over the wall and stuff. He was not too far. I believe he said something about going to see Core. And he's, if memory serves, he's about a day or two's travel beyond the wall's limits. But as I said, this was a while ago. I don't have too much dealings with him, so I can't be for sure. So,
Well, thank you, Newer. That's very helpful.
He hands the ring back to you. It's about make sure you don't lose that.
Do my best, but while we're here, I was just curious. The other day, yesterday, the church was willing to offer us some assistance as we were planning to go over the wall ourselves.
Oh, bless you that if you're associated with the church and helping in such a way. I mean, do you require money or funds? I might not have much, but I can definitely spare a couple of coins for you if you're doing such a nice thing for us.
I think some basic supplies would be of most help, I believe.
Well, I mean, what do you need? If I can help, I'll be more than happy to service.
Is there any things?
I'm not there.
Thought you. Okay.
No, she's inspecting her
Still not
things
there. Okay.
in a little bit when I get to
then I guess a couple days of food, a couple days of rations for me and. I only know one. So me and one other person are going at the moment, and what would you recommend?
Well, I mean, I'm not too much of one for adventuring or anything. I had my fill in my younger days and stuff when this beard wasn't as full and as gray. But I would say, depending on how far you plan on going out, that's the issue. From what I've heard, there's some things that can get pretty nasty over there. I would definitely take plenty of ammunition for any sort of bows or crossbows or whatever you have.
Speaking of any ammunition, any particular type that would be perhaps required for certain encounters?
If it were me, being overly cautious as I am, I would definitely take a little of everything, and definitely maybe some silver tipped, something just in case. Again, I don't really know too much of what's over there. Most of my adventuring was done well on the safe side of the wall, and that's well behind me. But it's literally, with how I'm thinking, you can't be too safe. So take all that you can in preparation for all that could be. And I would definitely say, if you have the capability, make sure you take a welt stone or something as well, and keep your weapons in tip-top shape.
Thought I bought one. Guess I did. I'll have to buy one.
And plenty of baggage and extra boxes and stuff. You never know what you might find. You might find something special on the other side that you want to take back with you. God's hoping that you come back, of course. I mean...
Oh, yes, and thank you for your advice.
Yes. You said you were in need of food?
Yes, some food would be helpful.
Where might you be lodging at the moment? I can, at the very least, I can help you with the food.
We're at the inn. We are currently stationed at the Sanctuary Reach Inn.
Fine, established, fine. Just give me a little bit of time. I'll be back. I'll happily help you with that.
Sorry.
You okay? You need something, or?
It's good for now. My hands got cold though.
Her inner necromancer's coming out.
It's that lich's skull. It's not cold to her. Oh crap, you're cold.
You're not terrible.
Not as bad as that one of yours.
You want to feel a touch of death? It's not the coldest I've been, I'll admit it.
Why are you cold?
No, I'm always cold. I have low iron.
Me.
Yup.
Well, thank you for your time and many blessings upon you.
Many blessings upon you and your travel companion.
Do you? So you don't.
I hope you safe travels, sir. If you ever need help from me again, I'll be happy to help you.
Actually, since I do have one question, I recently received a sapphire, and I was wondering if you could tell me more about it.
Oh. It might take me, like, depending on how in depth you're wanting me to look at it. It could take me a couple of days, so I would say wait until you come back before
You said that you don't like
I
Spring
just
Street.
wouldn't want to keep you, and
Yes.
I like to imagine that I'm trustworthy. But if it's a sapphire or any sort of gem, the kind thing would be for me to say wait on it. I wouldn't want you to worry about me maybe leaving town or something with something so valuable.
Well,
Or giving it away to the church. I'm not saying I would, but
I would.
so forgetful sometimes, and I just don't want to take that risk.
I see. Well, thank you anyway, and
See.
I will be seeing you soon.
He quickly gets up and starts trying to run down the stairs to take off to go get you the food that he promised.
In the meantime, I will go find Xena. Is that your name in this game? Yes. I'll go find Xena and inform her of the advice I was given about journeying over the wall, on how we'll need to stock up on ammunition and bags and have some whetstones. And then go buy them, so.
You, in terms of a wellstone, you would only need one wellstone. I mean, for
I buy two.
unless you're constantly just using it and basically wear it down. Wellstones tend to, I mean, they're heavy in the first place. So I mean,
Unless she's already got one on that wagon.
I fucking do.
all right. And then while that's going on, we'll get to you now. So.
Me?
No, Ethan. But it's you. Okay. So you were going to you took the stuff back to you're starting to inspect. What stuff are you wanting to inspect first? Like, where are you wanting to look over?
Documents.
All right. Quick cursory glance and everything at the majority of the documents. A lot of them are just general letters, ideas, plans. Some of them are business arrangements, deals that were made. Two of them, one of them is a rough draft of a will, and the other one is a legitimate will. Neither of them are or addressed as being for Badrock. Seems he was helped. On one of them, it looked like he was helping write it up for somebody, and the other one is a copy of it, saying that Badrock had inherited some money from somebody. It was basically just documentation that, hey, it says I did. The letters are addressed to multiple different people. A lot of them are just plain correspondence. Three of them, though, one of them is it hasn't been actually labeled yet. Another one is labeled to being for his brother. There is no set name. And the third one is labeled as going to Core. And it looks like it was the oldest out of those three. But from just looking at it, you can tell it was never sent. It was like he wrote it up and just set it aside. Speaking about how he misses the good days, he wishes that he was still out there fighting like Core was, and that he plans on visiting soon as he can, but things are coming up and it's getting harder and harder to leave the town, especially with the fact that he feels like somebody's been snooping around his house recently. And then the last of the documents is basically the grant for the land that his house is currently on.
Fuck it, mine. We got into property.
Just taking everyone's
Jill's
houses.
just a land
Mine.
mogul and stuff. And I'll take this house, and I'll take this house,
got-
and I'll sell it for twice as much as it's actually worth. See, this tree is actually an int, and it's... Oh,
Oh no, I took a branch. Oh no.
that was rude. That was my middle finger.
Put it to good use.
I would flip you off if I could, but you took it. So.
I'm gonna go sell that house.
You're gonna sell Badrock's house?
Yeah, why not?
Oh my god.
Is this Bad Rock's house? No. All right. I'll buy it.
Monster.
Stranger. No. Okay, are you doing that now, or are you...
Yeah.
Okay. It's,
Poor Badrock.
Also, the legal things revolving the will.
yeah.
Do they actually allow other people to cash those things? Like on behalf of Badrock?
Like I said, one of them looked like he was writing it up for somebody
For
else.
somebody else. So he's writing up his will to go to somebody else, or
No,
somebody
it
else's
looked like
will
he
to go
was
to him?
helping somebody write up their own will. Like, neither one was actually his will. One of them was,
Sorry.
it looked like he was helping write up, and the other one was someone else's will that said he was inheriting some money. So it looked new enough that chances are he didn't actually get a chance to do it yet. Like it, from how new the paper looks and stuff, it's maybe 3 or 4 days old.
Oh, also those other documents, will they help my knowledge local at all?
Bless you. Some of them could. A lot of it has to do with, like I said, it was a lot of business deal stuff. And you had heard the name, like some of the names already. Basically, the two of the guys that he was wanting to talk to are a lot of them. Then some of them are smaller business names. There's Gerald, Roland, and a Marguerite that are constantly on there. Marguerite more so than the other two. It seems like he was buying a lot of food from her and stuff. Apparently she owns a bakery in the town, and he was buying quite a bit. As well as it seemed like he was stocking up on a lot of meat. Quite a generous amount, especially considering that, as far as you know, he lived there by himself. The amount of meat, a lot of the meat should be going bad well before.
I mean, whatever you had chipped up.
I'm gonna go say hi to Marguerite.
Alright.
And I'm gonna be like slightly disguised, like not super disguised, but like
Well, you don't have to disguise yourself because she does not know you. So.
well, no, it's one of those things
Yeah,
where.
but you want to still throw off a little bit just
Yeah,
in case.
like have like instead of like my normal gray skin, I'll like use like a paint or something to have like normal elf skin.
All right.
Maybe throw on some dye that I do have because I have my bird into my hair.
All right.
Thinking ahead.
I see you in the streets. Hey, oh, I'm sorry. You look like someone I know.
Mighty fine there, child. Should be on my way.
Chip, cheerio. I don't want nothing. I'll see you later. Bye. You sold nothing. All right. This guy's. Dang it.
Not very good.
Again, like I said, it doesn't have to be super. I mean, unless you've just fucked up.
6.
All right. It's as far as you know, it's passable. So.
Passable.
I mean, it's going to be passable because, again... But,
Thanks.
alright, so, you go to Marguerite's, and
Shit.
Like the...
With a 6. I have a +3 in disguise.
Oh.
Yeah, they're magnificent.
Fabulous.
Hey, I have enough change of clothes and I have all the equipment, so I mean, come on now.
Okay.
I'm doing better than most people. I even have a disguise kit. Look at me. I am so on top of it.
And yet, you roll a 3.
Listen,
Hey, that was just a roll of the dice, okay?
you know how many people disguise themselves and they ain't got shit? I got shit.
It's called trusting themselves.
Alright, you easily make your way to Marguerite's. It's a simple looking shop. You can see rolls and other assorted amounts of baked foods stuff in the window, as well as in the other window some hanging meat. Through the door you can see her. It's a glass door. She's a portly woman. She's not very tall. She has graying red hair. There's still color to it, but it's well into the majority of it. It's grayed out. She's currently kneading some dough. As you enter into the store. Welcome, welcome.
Yes, pardon me. I have come across some news. I believe there's a missing person and you were seen having contact with them.
Oh.
Mr. Badrock?
Oh. He's gone missing?
Yes, seems to be a small issue with his affairs, even.
She seems like visibly kind of upset at him.
I'm sorry to bring this news, but we are trying to investigate this further.
Well, you're with the guard then.
No, I am a private investigator.
She seems even more. It's that bad?
It's more of we have too many unknowns. We wish to eliminate some of those to help this get resolved as soon as possible. We hope to find Bedrock in the best of conditions.
Yeah. What can I do to help? Anything.
Do you have any knowledge? When he last saw him, did he give you any hints to where he might be going or what conditions they might be under?
He was talking about a trip he was going to go on. He was stocking up on food, but it seemed more than what he needed.
Yes,
I didn't question it, of course. I mean, he normally bought a fair amount of food, anyways.
Did he have any animals?
Yeah, he owned a horse once, but it died a year or so ago. He never spoke of any other animal that he owned. I mean, I never went over to his house, so I can't truly speak for...
But he never mentioned it at all.
Not that I can recall, no.
And yes, I have some paperwork regarding his effects, and do you have any information on who he might have been dealing with a will of sorts?
He often was seen training with... There's these twins in town. They always kind of looked up to him and everything, and he was helping them train, get ready for things. I would imagine if anybody was going to receive anything from him, or vice versa, it would be from them. They inherited quite a bit from their own families, and they were always quite worried about his state of living. He wasn't that good with money. He spent quite a bit of it early on in his life. And the house that he lives in now, I hear they bought it for him and stuff as a kind of sign of goodwill amongst them and stuff. But yeah, if anybody was to be in a will or to a will involving him, it would be them. It's
Did I name them?
No, what did I name?
Oh.
I'm changing that name. Because I don't remember what I was making a move to spell.
One is named Edward and the other one's named Alphonse.
Stop it.
No, I
They
said
weren't even twins, were they?
Nope.
no.
I
Those
was-
were brothers. But one is Randall, and
You could just go full Devil May Cry. Dante and Virgil.
well, one's a boy and one's a girl.
Oh, that's stupid. Those aren't the fun kind of
Fine,
twins.
Dante and Virgil.
Nope, can't do it.
There's a female Virgil.
Dante and Lady.
He was always a bitch.
So there you go.
Hansel and Gretel.
Were they twins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they were just brother and sister.
No, they were twins. Well, Randall and Dominique. There we go. Shoot, I couldn't think of it. Good female. Randall and Dominique.
Fucking retarded female name. Call her Dom.
The Dom.
Dom.
Randall's the girl.
Knew it.
Well, as long as Randall isn't
She
confused with
paid
Randall,
for
the
it.
guy who deals with the little people.
Oh god. Oh god. I refuse. Okay. Well, thank you for your time. If you think of anything else, I'll be in touch. Do not worry.
Thank you very much. She kind of turns, and you can still see that she's.
And before I go, let's try to keep this on the quiet in case it may end up ruining any chances of some investigation purposes.
Of course.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Thank you. She turns back and goes back to her work, but you can tell she's not really into it anymore.
Just ruining everyone's day.
Yeah! Gotta sell a house.
Gotta sell Bardock's house. Poor man.
Oh, I thought you said Bardock. For it was just
Bad
not
rock.
Dragon Ball Z. All right. So where are you gonna go now?
Is there any, deep underbelly here?
Like criminal underbelly, or you heard about this weird cult going on? There's a couple of random thieves.
Is there, no, actual organized, though?
Well, I mean, not that's just hey, by the way.
Well, no,
I'm the
I'm
mob.
gonna do my thief stuff to find their thief stuff.
I mean,
You got thieves' cant and shit, and
well,
they have signs,
okay, yeah,
you know.
it's there's a small time branch of thieves guilds in the town, but
Well, there is this one guy that was stealing from this one guy's house.
No.
yeah, there's a small branch of the thieves guild in the town, but
Okay, can I roll to find them in a discreet, area to do business? I mean, some dark alleys, buy some death sticks,
you want to buy some death sticks, man? Oh, I don't want to go home. All right. Gather information.
It's going the wrong way. Gather information. Gather information. 15.
Ooh. Noise.
Not really.
Noise. Better than a 3.
This is true. It is far better than a 3.
Yeah, that 3 became a 6.
With
True,
you being
but it was still a 3.
with you being covert about how you're asking the questions and everything. Eventually, while you're moving along throughout the town, a coin suddenly gets thrown through there and knocks you in the head.
Put the coin in my pocket and turn.
See, there's a small hunched over figure in the alleyway a little ways away from you.
I go. Since we're apparently not being discreet.
Small. There's a reason why it's small time. So they suck. Heard you're looking for us.
News travels fast here.
We got ears everywhere. Yeah.
Well, can you give me any information on Baldrock and his happenings?
What are you looking for?
Do you know what may have happened to the poor sod?
Last time I heard there was somebody from outside the town that came in a week or two ago and were snooping around him a lot. They kept talking about he had something in his house that was in some sort of case. None of us ever wanted to really get involved. I've seen him break laws, just rip him right in half. I wasn't gonna deal with that, but he said there was something in some case he was trying to find the key to. He said it was supposed to be worth a fortune and stuff. I mean, I haven't heard or seen Bedrock recently, and I don't think the outsider. I don't think he could take Bedrock though. No. Not in a fair fight, at least. But beyond that, I mean, we've been kind of every so often, whenever the rich kids in the town are sending him money and stuff, we funnel a little bit of the money out. And he never seems to notice that. He's not that smart or anything. He's just a muscle-bound freak.
Well, what if you came into the hands of a deed of sorts of the entire property?
Oh, the house is on fine land. It could sell for quite a bit. It's be a good place to set up shop or do whatever. Nobody would question. It's out of the way.
Now, how much would you be willing to pay for this piece of property?
2 copper pieces.
What's a copper piece?
Exactly.
3 copper pieces. That's my final offer.
Such an exotic.
Strange. Oh, sweet.
Oop.
You having a rough time.
God.
Done lost it now.
Gone forever.
Good land. I could offer maybe 3. No. Yeah. 3,000.
3,000. You've been funneling money from the richest people in the area, and you can only offer 3,000 for such a fine property. Have you seen the oak alone on that land? I've seen the branches. High class, wood there. The finest of weaponry can be made from it. You'd be immediately being paid for the property just from the resources on it alone.
I can maybe get it to go up a bit. I have to go talk to the boss and stuff. Give me an hour. I'll come back with whatever he says.
Well, the deed will be waiting. Here, 5 gold for your time and your services.
He kind of hops up a couple times. And I'll be back.
It's good to be back.
Maurice.
Aw, dude, I hate myself. Oh, I know, that's perfect. I did 5 gold. Yes. Increments of 5.
It's gonna be like, oh, did you make it?
Is her conscience finally sinking in?
And while he's running away with the money, I reach into his pocket and pull out 5 gold.
Sleight of hand.
What are you gonna do while you wait then? Find an actual buyer.
I'm gonna research these twins, I suppose, a little bit more.
All right.
So I know who the fuck they are.
A random bunch of do-gooders that nobody cares about because they're stupid orphans. Get the fuck out of my camp. Alright, it's just asking around. It's not even that difficult. You're able to easily gather. Randall and Dominique, they ended up moving into the town a couple of years ago, about 10 or so, from what a lot of the townsfolk can remember. They came from an already fairly wealthy family, and they were actually due to inherit their uncle's estate. The uncle owns a fairly large house and a good deal of business holdings inside the town and in other areas as well. But when they arrived, their uncle was already sick at that point, and after just a couple of months, he passed on. And they openly inherited all that money too, already adding to their large amounts. Both of them, it was clear that both of them were kind of more in terms of longing for a life of adventure rather than being cooped up in the town dealing with things such as business and everything. So when they heard about Bad Rock living in town, they went and started pestering him, asking to be kind of trained to learn from him. And eventually he relented in the thought that it's basically just you train them just enough that they would know what to do, but not be good enough to actually go out and take a risk. They were already old enough as it is. It would be kind of hard to get them to be good enough, quick enough to be able to warrant it. Dominique ended up being far better at it than Randall was. She actually showed a decent amount of skill in swordsplay. Not enough to go out and make a life as an adventurer or anything, but she was clearly far more skilled. Randall, on the other hand, was apparently just inept at it. Like, he was no good at it at all. And eventually settled in to just work with the local businesses. He was the go-to between for mostly gnomes and Dominique was far closer to Bad Rock than Randall was. Both of them were close to him, but Dominique was constantly over training with Bad Rock. She joined a couple of his hunts along with the 2 local orcs in town. They would constantly go out and hunt for small game and stuff, while Randall would stay at home. He would handle business. Recently, both of them were kind of pestering. They both wanted to go over the wall, and Bad Rock was not having any of it. And they had, at that point, people remember they had a fight. Like, there was a visible argument in the streets of them kind of demanding that they get taken along, and him basically telling them to, at that point, fuck off. So, Dominique, from that point on, that was not that terribly long ago. It wasn't even a month. She's apparently just stayed in the house, just not coming out for anything. Right? Randall's been seen on and off, basically going to work. Neither one of them has been very social at that point, though. They also live in the west quarter of the town. You can't miss it. It's the biggest house in the entire town. It's a 3-story mansion, so.
I need to get a house key.
You have a house in Ravenroost.
Yeah. Okay.
More houses.
Do the people, in the time I'm collecting all that information, do I get little dude come back, or are we going to move on to somebody else for a while?
Yeah, he's, after, like you said, about an hour. It's a little bit less than an hour, but it's fairly quick. He comes, like, he makes himself visible to you in the alleyway.
Well, I talked to the boss, and he's willing to go up to 8,000.
Well, I suppose I can pull that. I hope you enjoy your property. I'm sadly moving on from this place.
Best of luck to you.
Best of luck to you.
He hands you a ledger and stuff.
You take that to the bank. They'll give you the money. It's too much for me to carry.
I hand over the deed.
Doesn't trust me. Thank you. Anything else?
No, it's been a pleasure doing business with you.
Kind of takes off down the alleyway at that point.
Poor Bedrock.
Oh, fucking relax. I'm not a terrible
Sold
person.
his house.
I'm not a terrible person. I might have, like,
Sold a house from underneath
destroyed
somebody.
his life. And he comes back. He's not actually dead.
Oh no, I don't think he's dead at all.
What?
I'm gonna go cash my money, and then I'm gonna go find Dominique. What the fuck ever.
So you can
The
go.
Dom. So,
Dom, go for Dom. Oh no, first I'm gonna go to the bank, cash my moonies, go to my carriage, drop my moonies, get out of my disguise, because it's probably terrible anyways, and then go to Dominique.
everybody's just been like, you think, yeah, this guy there is like,
Skin disease! Don't judge me!
just whip around on this. It's rude to talk about somebody behind their back. And that's whenever you take off into the alleyway to do your dealings. Right, I'm here. But there's a small bank that you can take the ledger to. There's one person behind the counter.
Yeah. Yes.
Quickly comes out with a small little chest and hands it to you.
Yeah, I mean, you're free to count it. But
It's gold.
It's legit?
Yeah.
My appraise says it's legit?
Oh, roll your appraise.
It seems legit.
Seems legit.
Too legit.
It's all counterfeit.
15.
This is in a Star Wars
Wait, no,
game.
14. Wait, no.
We just keep finding
13.
big cracks.
8, 6. 8, 6.
86.
86.
It's 14.
It is 14.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Legit.
It's there.
It's legit.
The only way for you to legitimately know if it's all there is to actually count it out.
I'll count it at my carriage.
Okay.
Courage.
My carriage. Or my wagon.
It'd be great if we had a spellcaster right now.
Carriage.
Prestidigitation cantrip to auto count it.
Yep. There's only 7,999 pieces of gold. I've been ripped off. Go back to Badrock's house. Burn it to the ground. Nobody takes 1 gold from me. And about that time, the little guy comes right in. I'm sorry. I was supposed to give you this. Oh. Well, you enjoy that tree now, because that's all that's left.
I'm gonna go to So, what have I accomplished so far?
You sold
Quite
the
a bit.
house.
Sold the house, got my
Stole-
money, went to my carriage, took off my disguise. Gonna go see Dom. This is a well thought out plan. It has to go in steps.
What's the old man doing?
Yeah, what's the old man doing?